How do we cope with the chaos around us? Well, chaos can be a mind numbing and honestly frightening. And it is important to understand that it is not bad. The chaos that you're experiencing is bringing in change. And up to now, most humans have a negative relationship with change. For some, it is a feeling in the belly, and for others, it is not knowing what to do or where to go, where to turn to, or who to talk to. And relief seems to be scarce. I'm here to tell you that you can find a rock to stand on. The oceans of life right now are tumultuous with storms of every nature, lightning strikes and colossal waves. And you can feel knocked around without ever seeing the horizon. And that can be a really real experience. So, how do we cope with the chaos? Well, I'm sure that the place to begin is with understanding. Once we have a little understanding, we can feel more calmer and our minds have something to focus upon. It is a known fact that in a storm, the best thing to do is to go inside. Now, you may see that as going inside the house, and that would be correct. But I'm talking about going inside yourself, into your inner house. This microscopic movement allows you to move towards where the silence can be found. It is quite deafening out there in the world right now with all the information that is circulating the planet. And this is what guides me to help you to understand a few aspects of change. We have many terminologies and descriptions on the planet, and we can get confused with which one is correct. And I'd like to suggest that there are no mistakes. So the one that has come across your path is what you need for that moment. In this clip, I'm going to use 3 words to explain a phenomenon that might help you calm your storm. Your conscious world, the one where you are experiencing the storms and chaos, is only one layer to who you are at any time of the day that suits you. But when you need it the most, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Allow them to slowly exit your body. As a certified hypnosis instructor, I know that the ability to relax is paramount. And so we have to teach ourselves to move from the conscious outer world to the next inner world where the storms are less. This has a profound effect on the body as it switches from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic system for those that like information. You may have to do this for at least 7 minutes to really feel the effect. And the more you repeat this over the coming days, the easier it'll become. It always feels great when we can take charge of a part of our lives and we feel like we are once again in control. The 3 words that I'm going to use are the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. And these will apply for the sake of this video. Once you have calmed your outer storm of anxiety, of chaos or bewilderment and fear to a certain degree, it's imperative that you enjoy the calm first before diving into any deeper layers. I encourage you to feel confident with your ability to move into the quiet and, if possible, reach that place at will wherever you are. Now, moving onto the next layer or word, your subconscious is where the storms are actually coming from. And I know that this seems unreal, but bear with me as I proceed to bring information to you. This piece of information will explain why everyone is handling the world in crisis so differently from person to person. It will explain why some are hungry for information, while others are cynical, and why some are not even interested. comes down to the subconscious mind and the world within each individual. How each person is reacting is determining their experience right now and how they process the information that is reaching them. There are so many filters built into the subconscious layer of self, with its shadows and suppressed aspects, its disowned parts, and those wounded moments. And these are surfacing. The conscious material world is where all these hidden aspects are given a chance to come into the light. Now, you may not have done the initiatory work that many of our students have, but there is no reason that you cannot benefit from this information. It is important that you find a safe harbor to view the world from. Once you've calmed down and found a relative spot of peace and serenity within, take a look at your world through your imagination. And this is not an invitation to indulge in fearful nonsense. This is an opportunity to view it from a neutral and calm place. You will see after a while that the world becomes less frightening and you feel more in control. One of the first things that we were taught by the masters, and I must add that these masters never work with the public or are seen by the public, if you're wondering. They found us. We never went looking. Is that no one can control the world or events around them. We can only control ourselves. It is the one place that we have full control, if we want to, of how we are experiencing life on earth. Someone can take away everything you have, including your dignity. But how you feel inside is something you have to make your mind up about. A man in a jail cell can feel free, whilst a woman on the top of Mount Everest can feel trapped. It is all in the state of the mind. And so you can learn to enter the inner space and invite peace and serenity into your inner house. The third word is the unconscious. And again, a word that I'm using in this analogy for the purposes of sharing information with you. These are frequencies within deep initiations where words cannot be expressed, for they cannot ever be drawn into such deep environments. There are frequencies like that. The thinking mind may never enter those sacred places. This aspect of you which exists outside of your awareness is where the actual storm is beginning. It is the slight breeze over the ocean that develops into a hurricane. That slight breeze begins in this deep part, and it's not personal at all. It is a mass initiation of movement designed to stir an entire planet out of its slumber and apathy. So using your imagination now, see it as a small line on the horizon. And as it draws closer, it swells into a tsunami-sized wave. Then it hits the beach where everyone is. Years ago, when we all knew that this was all coming, I was faced with that tsunami in my inner work, and I had to determine how to deal with it. I knew that if I dealt with it on a body level, I'd be swept away like everyone else. And so I did what I was trained to do, made myself invisible or transparent. So if you're wondering right now, that's fine, but try to understand what I'm saying to you. If you remain neutral and unfearful, this wave of consciousness and change will pass right through you, and you will be left standing when many around you will be swept away. It is an unstoppable wave, and you cannot get out of the way. So close your eyes and breathe yourself into the quiet. And once you are there sufficiently, you can use your imagination. It's a powerful resource. And imagine being on that beach and you turn yourself invisible and allow the wave to wash right through you. When it has passed, open your eyes and see that you're still there and unharmed. For the skeptics, I will add this. Your subconscious mind is the genie in the bottle. Your wish is its command. If you wish to be unfazed and unharmed, to get through this and come out on the other side strong and resolute, don't brush this aside. The unconscious mind is the breeze that begins the tsunami. The subconscious mind is the looming tidal wave. And lastly, the beach. Where it strikes is the conscious mind. Many have turned their backs to the waves, something every good fisherman knows never to do, and they will not see it coming. This is your opportunity, one that you alone can benefit from.